they went in there, they had a little space. And again, every time I hear Elon talk, I'm just thoroughly not impressed. I know I'm supposed to be, because he's supposed to be like a fake scientist and the richest guy alive, but like the way that he stutters and he tries to like, he said this, I want this to be a conversation, you know. I don't want to, you know, have a bad vibe here. I said, come on, dude. You're too white to use that. Has to take into account when we kind of do these assessment of things, because I think that could be problematic in the long run. I don't think I don't think masculinity should be viewed or looked at as a domination of women. I don't think that femininity should be viewed 100%
as an opposition to men.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like I felt like it was a tie. And I don't say that to be like industry connect or to act like, you know, I want to, you know, keep my relationships with both of these because I'm cool with both of them. Mm-hmm. It's not that. I wanted to pick a side. I wanted to be a winner somewhere.
You're a messy bitch.
Keke Palmer got a pass. Megan Thee Stallion got a pass. Sky is now getting a pass. Women don't cancel women who abuse, but the minute you mention Chris Brown, they're ready to drag them. On this page, I will call them out like I do men. Too many females are comfortable with putting their hands on men because society will call them victims still.
Can't even imagine what it would be like.
It would just be like a gay society.
That's what I was literally about to say. I feel like if women had man strength, then the heterosexual relationships might more closely mirror homosexual relationships.
The level of female assault
with men and men. Fine. I was just taken aback. But continue.
No, track girls are the best girls to cheat on. What? They are. Because they're busy. They always running.
I was going to agree until you said what you just said.
Yeah. I mean, I fuck with Talking for them. Honestly, I've watched several of his clips. I like his content. So, classmates, fuck with him.
This podcast is sponsored by Graffiti Tax Services. For all your tax preparation needs, you can go to graffititax.com. We're going to put the link right here. It should be somewhere. And yeah, you can head to them during tax season. And if you have any financial or tax preparation questions, head to Graffiti Tax Services. They're our new sponsor. Thank you to Graffiti Tax Preparation Services. That's it. We back, baby.
Sorry for the, not being able to produce an episode. That was, unfortunately we had to go on vacation.
Yeah.
But it was a good vacation.
It was fun. Yeah. We had a blast in New York.
Had to go see some family, so it was good that we was able to, accomplish a lot while we were out there. You got to see a bunch of your friends, celebrate your dad.
As if you guys don't know, I am from New York, so that's where all my friends and family are. It was my dad's birthday. So I went out there to celebrate him and see all my niggas, and it was so much fun. And this was Frederick's first time, actually gallivanting around New York. And he hated every second of it.
I mean, it's not the city for me. I'm just not gonna lie to you. It's not
hurt my feelings, ripped my heart out, and then stomped all over.
I wasn't trying to do that. You know that. I wasn't trying to do that. It was just I was frustrated because people were cutting me off on the road.
That's just how New Yorkers drive.
Yeah, but it was very disrespectful when they went around the bus with the stop sign out for the children.
They didn't do that. You thought they were gonna do that, but they didn't do that.
I seen it. And then you got everybody trying to damage the car. I mean, this is not even my vehicle. I'm not on the insurance or anything. This is just looking crazy. So, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm a little at a disarray when I was up there. But I tried to enjoy myself.
He drives at a respectful distance from other cars. That's just space for a car to cut you off. It's your fault. That's what I learned.
I didn't know how slow they drove up there, like the speed limit, and then the fact that nobody listens to it when it comes down to it. Nobody wants to use their lights. It's horrible up there in regards to traffic. The thing in
Atlanta is they'll cut you off, but they'll cut their light on real quick right before they do. So at least they about to be an asshole. But in New York, they just whoop.
See, the thing is, what I gathered was there's just a difference of driving when everybody has a tool on you, and then you assume nobody does because of the rules up there in New York. So it's down here, we know at any point, Buddy can have a stick on him, and this interaction on the road can become fatal. Y'all don't really have that kind of sense of urgency.
No,
it's insane. But I also got to see Danny, so shout out to the stop.
Yeah,
we got to do we got to do a little video together. We got to chop it up. Sat down with him. Really got to ingratiate myself with his little operation. So it was really cool. Hurt some feelings. So I'm glad I did that. You know what I'm saying? Had guys.
I think it was just loud and wrong.
Had guys just responding. That was dope. They say I suck. Oh man, that's such a great analysis.
Oh my God, riveting takes.
I'm telling you, man.
All of you.
Nothing gets past you, fellas.
Zeros across the board.
But I have to tell you people. So when we came and met with Danny, we got there probably about 30 minutes before recording time.
Yeah, because we were shopping.
Yeah, we were going
So I
around.
was doing my little thing before.
Yeah. Before we went to Danny, we went to Dumbo and we saw Dub. So shout out to Dub. He put us onto a lot of game.
Yeah.
You know, he woke a lot of shit up. Had a great studio, so we appreciate hanging out with you, Dub.
Really cool spaces, both of them.
Yeah, it was really good. And then we met up with Danny, and it was funny because we were sitting there waiting. We told Danny, like, I told him, I texted him, I was like, hey, I'm right outside, like I'm literally across the street from the facility. So
yeah, sitting at a bar.
So yeah, just tell me when you close by. And we end up going inside, sitting, waiting for him, and I hear the producer tell Danny, like, hey, your guest is in the back.
Guest.
And I can hear like him. Like I can just hear him make a noise that sounded like confusion because he was only expecting just me. Mm-hmm. So Danny walks in. I stand up to give him a handshake. And before I can do that, I notice something in his hand. And I'm like, Fair, do you see this? Danny had the mace literally with his thumb underneath the button.
He was ready.
He was ready to air that motherfucker out. That joint was crazy. I'm sitting there like, oh, Danny, we good. Like there's no need to act like that with us, good sir.
It's literally just rhetoric and his wife.
He was he was ready to empty. I'm thinking it's a small enclosed space. So if he let that off,
we would have been done for.
Work day over with.
Yeah.
But you got to be prepared when you're out there. Mm-hmm. So I can't be mad at him. But he ended up, warming up to us and to me once you left and things like that. And no, we had a good show. So I'm really glad about that.
I left immediately.
Yeah, you had to get out of there.
Like immediately.
But you had to go do some cooking and stuff.
Yeah, so. I had to help my best friend prep for his barbecue, which is like one of the reasons that we went also.
So then after that, I ended up meeting back up with Farrah at the barbecue. Mm-hmm. And so how do you just deal with the fact that I'm just like not the dancing live type and then you are? Like we look like yin and yang when we go out to places.
As long as you are in my presence.
I mean, I kind of felt like nobody was paying attention to me when I got to eat like 2 hot dogs and no one like was, hey, yo, or nothing. Like I'm sitting there like New York niggas was not paying attention to me at all.
No, niggas was drunk and there was mad young bitches shaking ass on the grass. Like it was nobody paying attention to you and your glizzies.
Yeah, I didn't notice. So I didn't even see women that were there. That was crazy. There was women there?
Yeah.
That's whoa.
Yeah.
That wasn't even on my.
That's how you do that.
That wasn't even on my radar. But I think I had a good time there. I just didn't want you to feel like I didn't want people to look at us and be like, how does she bear through that? He's just so boring to her.
Bitches don't be in relationships for real. Like, so it didn't even matter. So the only other like couple that I knew of that was there was my friends Shem and Zoe, and Shem drank a whole bottle of Douce by himself, and Zoe was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. Like it was the opposite. Like Shem was like, hey, and Zoe was she was lit too.
That's what I'm saying. She was way more lit than I was.
She was definitely not the same amount of calm that you were, but like he was like, we were about to leave. It was like 1, and she was like, he said he didn't want to leave till 3. She was like, Farrah, help me. I was like, Shem, you have to go.
I mean, right up the street, so it's not like you really gotta go.
It's not right up the street. They live like a calm 15 minutes away, but still, like, it was crazy. Y'all are 30. Shem, go home.
And then I think from being up there and just breathing in all that New York air, I think I got a little congestion. So I think that's why you hear that now with both of us, because now we're like back into the area where actually like grass is allowed to grow. You know what I'm saying? There's plant life more.
You so got a little what's it called? Smog.
Yeah, we're not in the concrete jungle anymore.
We weren't even in the concrete jungle. Queens is not the concrete jungle for real. We was in Brooklyn for a day.
That's the concrete jungle though.
Yeah, it is.
Where dreams are made of.
Yeah.
That's what Alicia Keys told us. But no, overall, I think, I will go back and visit, okay? I'm not going to be like super mean to you and be like, oh, I'm never going back to New York.
That's what he said to me.
I did. I was in a fit of rage, So we'll be back and, nobody's going to pay for our ticket.
Didn't nobody pay for our ticket the first time?
I mean, that's how we moved, though. But we didn't want Danny's overhead to be too high because that was the only reason we went up there.
Apparently. It's not like my father or any of my loved ones lived there. And it's not like he had a birthday.
It's not like we didn't plan. It's like months in advance, and there's like a space where I told Danny that I was going to come up there and that we should hang out, like, and, you know, do content. But, you know.
That it was already planned.
Like months in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm just a fan, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to the music.
Horrible takes.
Are you tired of paying a lot of money for your vacation? My name is Shirley Proctor, and I am a partner with Tavodian, a traveling membership group. I can help you save time, money, help you and your loved ones see the world.
All right, man. You're now listening to Talk FNF TV. I'm your host, Rhetoric Absurd. You may know me by a plethora of names. Now with my lovely and amazing and gorgeous co-host, Miss Reality.
Hi, guys.
I meant to say, too, another byproduct of me and Danny's sit down was a conversation about men and watches. So, again, I'm watchless. That's just who I am. You're not going to now. Your intimidation tactics are not going to make me put on a watch. Like,
my husband is not an accessorizing man of any sort. Like, he don't own not one accessory.
Yeah, I don't have a feeling inside of me that feels
He
like,
has watches though.
Yeah, I don't have a feeling inside of me that feels like I have to put on metal and jewelry to validate myself. So that's just the kind of individual
That's because he grew up with a father who loved him.
That's true. That's true.
Like, and he your father and your mother both validated you in every way possible on the inside, so you don't feel like you need to put anything on the outside to let people know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
In any way, shape, or form.
I don't. I wear my wealth with my health.
He's also wildly careful.
Oh yeah, you don't want to put the wolves out. That's all.
Yeah.
Got to make sure you don't put meat in front of the wolves because they will take it.
Yeah, people are hungry.
But
Niggas is hungry.
Let's get into this Trump space. So Trump came into my hood, into the spaces.
Yeah.
I wasn't really riding with that. I didn't even know why Elon even let that happen. I've been told him none of that Trump shit going on.
Oh my God.
That Trump shit did not start the beef with us, Elon. Just keep that 100% on that. But
it definitely didn't.
Yeah, it didn't. But they went in there. They had a little space. And again, every time I hear Elon talk, I'm just thoroughly not impressed. I know I'm supposed to be because he's supposed to be like a fake scientist and the richest guy alive. But like the way that he stutters and he tries to like, he said this, I want this to be a conversation, you know. I don't want to, have a bad vibe here. I said, come on, dude. You're too white to use that. You're too old and too white to be talking about trying to set a vibe.
Yeah.
Like it was just so.
You can't set a mood.
He's like the old white guy that tries to like dress young and like wear like young clothes and stuff like that. And like, hey kids, my fellow kids, what's going on?
Yeah, you can tell by the way he tweets sometimes.
The way he tweets, what he tweets about, like everything is just such like a kid going through like his early stage of puberty.
Yeah, random tangent. If Twitter is called X now, what are tweets called?
Post.
You just took all the pizzazz, all the sexiness away from it. But let's continue.
But yeah, that was one of the things that people said was like this is literally the first adjective of this like kind of generation that was made was a tweet.
Mm-hmm.
And he just threw it away just to change the name of it. But
yeah,
no,
just because of ego.
So him and Trump sit down. It's pretty much the normal Trump experience of him just BSing, just saying lies, talking about how he was. I was the one who had the election. I was just trying to make sure it was a fair and balanced election, and they make me the bad guy.
From what I heard, it was 2 hours of Trump just hurling insults at people, talking shit.
Before we get to that, the space didn't even start on time because it was like, according to Elon, it was an attack on the system.
Oh yeah, he said that there were hackers.
Yeah, so it was like literally like the first hour was just dead air. Because every time you tried to jump into the space, it would kick you right back out. Because I was trying to get into it. Mm-hmm. So then it wasn't about till an hour that they get everything set up.
So it was an hour.
It was probably like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Basically in total. Because when you look at it said it was like 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. And so, but a whole hour of it was just dead air. Mm-hmm. So, but it does a good thing when you go to it, actually, that it takes you right to the beginning of when they start talking.
No, that's good.
But it was pretty much them just spewing the same BS like, oh, we need to get rid of the deregulations and things like that. And I keep telling people, like, that is bad language for normal people. Like, anytime people talk about getting rid of regulations, bad things. They also attack unions, which you know me.
Okay, so that was the thing that I wanted to talk about specifically because I like watching the news when we have the show coming up now. And I was watching the news this morning and I came across the little tidbit that the United Auto Workers on Tuesday filed federal labor charges with the National Labor Relations Board against former President Trump and Elon Musk for publicly applauding the practice of firing employees for striking.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
And they literally made a joke about that. They were like, "Oh yeah, if they strike and they're out of here."
Just to say that with so much vitriol and just like not even understanding the importance of like what labor has been in this country.
It's such a disconnect, both of them, because like I don't think they know how many working people like are in America, like the whole working class. And then there are so many people in unions, like in New York. I don't know how many other states have like are really strong union states. I know New York is.
DC used to have some too.
Yeah. So like I feel like it's not just the United Auto Workers that you lost. It's going to be all unions and a lot of working class people too, because you're basically saying that you're going to take away people's livelihoods for standing up for said livelihoods.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. Whereas like you have these companies who make it seem like you as an employee, it's a bad thing when you stand up for, you know, your own self and also want to have good and fair business with the company. And it's like, that's what Trump stands for. And that's why I don't understand why people who say they want to vote for him don't take those things into consideration. Like he's not running on any policy. Like that was the whole thing. This whole conversation was nothing about policy.
It was just shit talking
And shit that if they do it, it's going to be executive order. He said he wanted to get rid of the Department of Education. Yeah.
So that's something that I've been seeing that as a talking point for a lot of like very like radical right-wing people. I'm not just going to say it's Republicans. I don't think it's Republicans because I don't think that's a rational thing. But they want to get rid of the Department of Education because it's not a constitutional right. Your right to an education is not guaranteed to you in the Constitution. So they're like, this isn't something that we need to give a fuck about.
Yeah. And then they also kind of want to move it to the states. And then Trump even says, well, some of the states may not have a good time, you know, in California and that. But I think it's better. And in the long run that we get everyone and let the states make the decision. And then Elon goes, and it just makes sense that people will just move to the places they want to move to. Elon, do you not know what this? You talked about inflation, and now you're trying to say people can just get up and move to a whole nother state just because it fits their ideals better or their kids have better opportunities. No, that's not what's going to happen.
But that's how segregation happens.
Yeah, that's literally what they're trying to make. Literally, if you do take anything away from
we
this
would have to low-key leave Georgia.
I'm just saying, if you want to take this, if you take anything from our conversation, please understand these people are trying to get rid of the 20th century. Everything that was pushed through that century, they are trying to take that away. They're trying to take your right to stand up for yourself in regards to your labor, your boss. They're trying to take away for women your autonomy with your body.
Your bodily autonomy.
They're trying to take away all sorts of rights, and they're going to still do the same thing Biden was doing and blowing up countries on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Like none of that's going to change. It's just going to get even worse on our end in regards to just our public rights. And I don't see how people don't hear that. That has never
changed regardless of who's president.
Yeah, they're going to bomb regardless.
Because we loved Obama, but he was bombing motherfuckers.
And Trump was sending people out to...
he was murdering.
Out to the Middle East just the same way. I believe it was Syria when there was an incident in Syria and his supporters were upset about that. But that's what I'm saying. They're always going to follow accord with that. That's never going to change.
War is very lucrative. Like fighting is lucrative. So economy wise, for like the big defense people, they're going to make a lot of money when there's conflict going on. So,
and that's regardless who's the president.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter at all.
How America is at this point.
And then, man, it's just so annoying with this whole space thing because people really be like, there was folks that was just so happy to see like they picture on Trump's. Because Trump did a post where you see him standing in front of his phone, and then in spaces it'll show you like just certain people who were listening in the audience. Look, I'm on Trump's phone. They were just so giddy just to be like that. Trump even could potentially see who they were.
Just pop the dicks out your mouth.
They was loving it. They was riding it.
You know what that reminds me of? Also?
Goggle on it.
There was I don't know if this was recent, but the speech that Trump gave in Georgia, and then Fox literally cut away, and then people started leaving. Because all he was doing was rambling about nonsense and not actually talk about any policy whatsoever. Like, people are kind of getting tired at this point, and hopefully people are realizing that this shouldn't be a clown show. Like, this should be a serious matter, and the people who are running should be able to comprehensively tell you what their plan is for you and your future. It's very simply put.
I'm just glad these guys are just dumbasses showing who they are. JD Vance, clown.
You know, JD Vance is gonna debate with Kamala.
With Kamala?
With
Walz?
Tim Walz. Yeah.
Okay, that should be good. I think he's gonna wipe the floor with him because JD is just a complete dumbass.
You fucked the couch.
And then they also have. Did you see the pictures of him with the cross dressing?
No.
Yo, when George Santos is the one that's trying to defend you about cross dressing, bro, you lost.
Did you also see they found like his views from back in the day, and it was the complete opposite of what he's spewing now?
I could believe that.
His Indian wife did not sign up for this. She thought she was getting with a regular white man, and now she has to be a part of this goddamn circus.
What I seen to her, when I read about her, was the complete opposite. She down with that kind of shit. She really one of them type of immigrants. So, I mean, I don't know about that.
I didn't see anything about her for real.
She might have changed him, if we being honest. Because he used to be dissing Trump. He used to say Trump wasn't right-wing enough. So now, this is why this is going to be nasty. I want people to pay attention and actually listen to what these men are saying. Google the words, Google the meaning, understand the subtext. Because this stuff is important. If you're going to give these folks your vote, know what you're giving your vote for. Because you don't have the money. Statistically speaking, you don't have the money to be this being advantageous for their leadership. I'm just being honest.
And you don't have enough money for the policies that they're putting in place to benefit you. All we doing is getting fucked.
And we're going to get fucked either way, but at least, like, I'd rather not give the rich people impunity.
Yeah.
I would love to see at least a little bit of resistance that we can still be able to galvanize. Granted, I'm not voting for neither one of them. I'm voting for somebody else. I have a third party in mind that I want, and I'm going to vote for who I want. It's not going to be RFK or JFK. It's not going to be John. But I have a third party that I'm going to vote for.
I'll ask you off camera. I didn't even know that there was a third party you were considering voting for.
I told you who I was. I told you before.
Did you?
I'm a Jill Stein guy.
Is she running?
She's always running. She's Green Party, yo.
Oh, okay. So
I'm Jill Stein.
He's just going to throw his vote into the void.
That's not into the void. I'm throwing the person who earned my vote.
Yeah.
So,
which is what everyone should do, but technically, like, that voting for the Green Party is throwing your vote into the void.
I don't believe that. All right, so I got a little more politics
Unless
stuff.
more people start doing it.
No, we got this more politics stuff. So there's a video that was posted where it's basically like some Palestinian threats to the RNC. Just listen.
The Democratic National Convention is coming to Chicago. It's where the Democratic Party's insiders and delegates come together to crown their next villain. This year, for the first time since 1968, the Democratic nominee will be chosen without a single American voting for them in the primaries, proving that your voice doesn't matter, only their agenda. This election season, Democrats are desperate to rally behind Killer Kamala, a supposedly left-wing candidate who's just as far-right as Trump on policies such as immigration and crime. It looks like Kamala has chosen her partner in crime. She chose Tim Walz as her genocidal running mate. If you didn't know, Walz was a former command sergeant who supported the war in Afghanistan. As home to the largest Palestinian diaspora in the country,
I was
we
about
want
to
give
say.
Killer Kamala, her partners in crime, and her future VP a warm welcome to our city. We do not care who is on the ballot come this November. We will not be voting for either genocidal party. As the people of Chicago, we condemn in the strongest words possible the genocidal Democratic Party, which has shown no reservations in materially supporting the Israeli genocide in Gaza. It has been over 300 days since the start of the genocide and over 76 years of colonization by the Zionist entity. We are not only calling for a ceasefire, but we are calling for an end to all U.S. aid to Israel, divestment of the $120 million in Israel bonds that Illinois holds, an end to Chicago's Cop City, and a dismissal of the proposed investment of $900 million for prison renewal in Illinois. We call on our elected officials to invest in our communities, to value jobs and education over genocide and incarceration. We, the people, demand Mayor Johnson and Governor Pritzker to cancel the DNC. We will no longer accept empty gestures by politicians who have been bought out by weapons manufacturers and pro-Israel lobbyists. If the Democratic Party loses in November, their genocidal policies will be blame alone. Stand united in our call for justice. We demand change and we will not be silenced. We charge genocide.
I love when niggas like do like the cover up they face and like distort their voice and just start spewing like, oh nigga, we not gonna be on that bullshit no more. Like we ready now, we up, nigga, let's go. Like I love when niggas do that shit, get me right. Like,
put the battery in your back.
Oh my God, nigga, I see why them nniggas be putting bombs and shit, yo. Like, them niggas get galvanized, yo. Real shit. Like I be understanding it, yo. If a nigga sent me that video when I'm like in despair, and he's like, oh bro, we gotta get up. We gotta turn up. Like, oh yeah, come on, strap it up. Let's go.
Please, we cut this out.
What?
Cut this out.
I
They gonna use this as evidence against you for some
I
shit.
can't say that. I just understand when you a young man and niggas saying like, hey bro, stuff is messed up, and you just like, hey bro, let's strap it up. Let's stand up for something. That gal, you ever seen V for Vendetta? Mm-hmm. That was like Brown V for the Vendetta.
Yeah, it reminds me of Anonymous.
Middle Eastern. Yeah, Anonymous. They used to get, when I was young, Anonymous used to, I was ready to spaz out.
They used to get their shit off.
I was ready to goddamn spin for Anonymous.
Now they just like pop out, threaten some shit, and then don't do anything.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. It's not the old Anonymous.
Nah.
But no, I just think that that's just an interesting point to still be able to acknowledge, like in regards to the fact that, yeah, even though Kamala seems to be a better choice in the long run, we still just have to understand that like there's still bigger pictures being done. There's still a military industrial complex. They just signed off like $20 billion in military sales with Israel. So basically what it is we're going to give them $20 billion worth of, we create that price of military goods, which is going to be our old military stuff so that we can get clearances to make more new stuff. This is just how the process works, you know.
You drop them fucking tanks in the ocean so they can become coral reefs.
Yeah, I mean, we left tons of stuff in Iraq. We left tons of equipment in Iraq, but they do that on purpose so they have an excuse to make more. You build terrorist organizations up by leaving your tech in their country, and then you just get clearances to make more weapons because they bomb people.
With the tech that you left there?
Yeah, we got to get into this. It's kind of funny with this Tracee Ellis Raw shit because I think I bring her up a lot when we talk about like, you know, just like the ideas of femininity.
Yeah.
What we get pushed onto.
She's kind of that ideal, like what people refer to when you think of a childless, like single woman that's older.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the problem that we'll get into. But it's funny because this picture was old. This was like old pictures that she had posted probably like months ago, probably a year ago, me being honest, I think. And it was just her, she topless, got her hand across, and then there's
she was just holding her titties.
Yeah, and then there's another one where she's doing like a selfie in front of a mirror. She's showing a wagon. And people were just
she does that regularly.
Oh, yeah. People were basically saying like she's too old to be conducting herself like that. And my thing is, that's for normal women. Yeah. I agree. I agree. If you work at like the bank, you know what I'm saying? Like you do like normal things, that's cool. Like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be putting your ass on the screen. But when you're in entertainment and like part of your job is getting paid to be beautiful, this is kind of a byproduct of it. I do feel like I hated the notion though that you can't apply something to a woman based on age when y'all apply everything in the world to a nigga based on his age. If you 25 years old, you need to already have your shit together.
I don't think you can get that off as much as you want to get that off, because as far as like finances, men are expected to have their shit together by like certain points. But as far as like maturity levels, as far as like emotional maturity, as far as like settling down and like having a family, like men, it's I don't know if it's just me, but like they just be regularly talking about like you probably shouldn't do that until you like 40.
No, you get the fuckboy label, and that's even still you're still making applying an age to somebody. If a nigga is 40 and he's still outside running around dating women and stuff like that, he's gonna get a side eye from the general community of people.
But I just feel like it's more acceptable for a man
especially
to do that.
Especially if he's not super successful doing it. Say if he's just like middle management type shit and you just
and that's
out
an
here.
American culture too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's all we can talk about is American culture. Because like I said, the one thing about it is like when it comes to the whole Tracee Ellis Raw shit, what I want people to understand is you're not as talented as her for the most part. Y'all aren't as beautiful as her for a large part. And your mama's not fucking one of the greatest musical gifts that was
Your
ever.
mama is not Diana Ross.
You know what I'm saying? Musical and was she an actress too?
Yeah.
Like she was not one of the most entertainment gifts in the world. You yourself,
Michael Jackson did not write a song about your mother.
You weren't on Girlfriends. Like, there's a whole bunch of list of things.
Cultural phenomenon.
She can be the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
But I think that there's nothing wrong with applying levels of modesty with age. It's just a part about having to get a society in order. And if you see someone acting out that may not be conducive to society, I can understand that.
Yes, that is the societal norm. If you want to fall outside of a societal norm, as long as like nobody's getting hurt, I just feel like, yeah, people are going to talk about it, but it's not that big of a deal. I feel like when I saw this and I saw the amount of vitriol that people were just saying like she needs to put them away because she's this age, I was like, but the titties is still sitting up. Like, and that don't even matter.
Because that's all purchased.
That don't even matter. Regardless of if you're like a normal woman with breasts that look like the age that you are, your sexuality doesn't have to go away. And like, you can still just be an old hoe. Like, you can post thirst traps if that's what you want to do. Like,
but that comes with a criticism though. That comes with a level of criticism. That's my only thing, is that you can say, yes, you can do what you want. But like, I think what a lot of people don't understand, in the past, certain ideals were done to restrict women and to stop them from doing things. I think now it's just a criticism of you.
Yeah. And I wish that we can further evolve as a society to get to a point where we can be like, oh, look, that old bitch got her titties out. Let me just keep scrolling or unfollow if I don't specifically want to see it. Like, just people are going to do things. Like, people are going to do things that fall outside of what you think is normal. And the things that are normal specifically, like, they don't matter, do they? Like, the things that we set as rules as a society, like little things I'm talking about, not like don't put your hands on children and stuff like that. Like what you wear, how you present yourself, how you accessorize yourself, your social media persona. Like, these are not things that matter at all in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. And I think a lot of too with the criticism, it comes in when you do a overarching observation of it. She's like the opposite coin of Nara Smith. You know what I'm saying? Nara Smith is the young woman who got married.
Super young.
Yeah, got young married. She does the submissive role. And then you have someone else who has been essentially pushed her own identity, her own independence in a way, and revels in that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with either one of those, but we also have to understand they're both highly unattainable. And in the long run, do have negative effects. Because the problem I have with modern day feminist or femininity is the fact that it's defined by being opposing male views. So it's not like basically you have your own view and it's respected because it's your own view. Your view has to be.
Do you mean femininity or feminism?
I said feminism.
Oh, you said femininity.
Well, I said feminist. I said feminist and femininity in a way, because modern femininity. That's what I mean by that. Modern femininity is displayed in a way where your opposition is to men. If you are being opposed to men, that's how you show that you're making a decision. If you look at media in general, like,
okay, when I think about femininity, I think I'm thinking, well, you're just thinking about like being a woman.
Yeah, I'm saying being a woman and how it's being marketed in media.
Okay,
and it's about the resistance to a man.
Okay.
It's not about like, oh, this point is correct. It's my point has to be opposing to a man for it to have validation.
Yeah,
I have to resist masculinity in any kind of manner for me to show that I'm making a decision or choice.
When you say femininity, I think of like an energy, like an essence. So that's why I was like a little bit confused to where you were going. But if you mean like just womanhood, then yeah.
It's just like when you go to the TV and the media and you were trying to discern how to be a woman from media, it would essentially be telling you oppose men at all walks of life. If a man says go left, you go right. And that is femininity. Not I'm making my own decision based off of the information that I have obtained.
I do genuinely think it depends on what era of media you're
I'm saying more modern media. That's
okay.
what I'm saying. If you go from like, when did Sex and the City come out? What, 2000?
1998.
Okay, so go from 98 to now.
To like 2004.
If you go from 98 to modern media now, and you look at what a female character is if you were to define yourself by that, you would come to the assumption that anything that is opposite of what the man in the room is saying is the way that I need to go.
I think it's really funny that you're saying that because there was really only there were 2 characters that were like that, but the other 2, Carrie and Charlotte was like.
But they shamed her a little bit for it, didn't they?
They made fun of her for it a little bit, but not.
But that's how, to me, that's how it started. It's you shame a little bit, you make jokes about her having kids and stuff, and then
that specific example, like Sex and the City for the first couple seasons was just like highly male centered. They started getting a little bit like more nuanced towards like the end seasons, started introducing different things, but it was just very heterosexual.
I feel what you're saying.
Male-centered.
The male-centered, male dominance. What I would say in regards to that, it was highly sexual. It wasn't necessarily dominant where it's like, I'm going to listen to this thing. I'm going to stop the career I'm doing for this nigga. You know, it wasn't like a lot of that.
Nobody was stopping anything they were doing.
But that's what I mean where those ideals come from.
Carrie did follow a man to another country. But
at the end of the day, it was about her choosing her. And that's kind of what all the media has done from that.
In that instance, she kind of forced herself on him. But yeah.
But I just think that just has to be taken into account when we kind of do these assessment of things, because I think that could be problematic in the long run. I don't think I don't think masculinity should be viewed or looked at as a domination of women. I don't think that femininity should be viewed 100%
as an opposition to men.
Yeah.
I just feel like because of the way masculinity is presented in a lot of these like red pill kind of like situations, then I feel like women overcorrected and they were like, no, we're on this side because what the fuck is going on over there?
Yeah.
Because seriously, what the fuck is going on over there?
I think that's
what's going on with the incels, the red pill, like the hellscape that is men is getting uglier somehow, and we did not think it could.
I think what's going on is the fact that there are 2 different men having the conversation. There's rich men making this identity, putting the money into media that has women having these identity, and then the average man is kind of resisting to that because they know that it doesn't benefit us. It benefits the rich men because they're the ones who now can create more lifestyles by, taking away money from us so that they can now tell these women, hey, they're here, go here, 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 and here. And for us as the regular man, we kind of get antsed out. We get inflationed out. Hoflation is what they call it now on the red pill. You get pushed out with that. But I think it's kind of interesting because it kind of goes into this next topic. The spaces happen. And I was in a space earlier today. Oh man, it was.
Did you get consent to share this information, to spill this tea?
It was in the spaces.
Okay.
Everything that I'm talking about here was in the spaces.
Okay.
This is literally a space I was in earlier. It was a braggadocious
this is a public
space.
forum.
Yeah, I was a co-host. Shout out to Mike and Mac Bricks. I was in a space. And
my husband is a Twitter star now.
I don't want to call myself that. I would never call myself a Twitter star. That's disgusting.
He's a spaces celebrity.
And so I want to get into this, but
Ew.
I have to preface my conversation before this because it turned into a heated debate with Grandpa Rick and Raqi. And Grandpa Rick is the girl who you kind of
shout out to Raqi.
She commented on when we were doing the Imani space. Remember we listened to that?
The one that was yelling over everything?
And it was a girl who told everybody they shouldn't be doing this right now. You was like, girl, relax. We need this.
Like
that was Grandpa
let the niggas
Rick.
be messy.
That was Grandpa Rick. So I don't want us to come here and be
she
like. She
reminds me of the girl that be fighting like, oh my God, guys, stop. Girl, let these niggas duke it out.
She was trying to hold it down. She was trying to hold it down for women in that moment. But no, this is the thing. I don't want anyone to come off because I was sitting here the whole time trying to decipher how I wanted to do this and how I wanted to, discuss this. Because I was looking forward to the, absurd, you fake. I can't believe you was talking about me. You picked a side. Like I was expecting this during my whole time listening to this. But unfortunately, like I felt like it was a tie. And I don't say that to be like industry connect or to act like, I want to, keep my relationships with both of these because I'm cool with both of them. Mm-hmm. It's not that. I wanted to pick a side. I wanted to be a winner somewhere.
You're a messy bitch that lives for drama.
And I didn't even have to get messy with this one because if you listen to the Go Look Like Too Clean John or whatever who posted it, you don't hear me at all. I'm quiet as a fucking mouse because I'm trying to listen because they're talking over each other the whole time. That's why I'm not going to play any of it because it's all inaudible. It's just 2 women yelling over top of each other. Sounded crazy, but also was enjoyable. for me. But it was like I
'Cause you're a
couldn't
messy
I
bitch.
couldn't pick up which, who to go and win, and some of the attacks that were going, just some of them didn't hit, some of them did hit, some of them couldn't hit because the other person stepped on it too soon. It was just a mess. But I have to give it a tie.
What?
Both of the women were phenomenal.
What were they arguing over?
So it stemmed from the first space that Raqi came in,
Uh-huh.
and Grandpa Rick had some disparaging criticisms that one could say about what she should be doing in regards to her career, next steps. Rattled Raqi.
Hold on. What is Grandpa Rick's resume to let Raqi know what she should be doing with her career? What?
Well, she's just part of the spaces, and she was just having a conversation with her.
Does she have like her?
I don't think
page?
she's in media or nothing like that.
Okay, so she just be in Twitter Spaces.
She was just in Twitter Spaces this one. Not too much on Grandpa Rick.
I'm really not trying to be shady.
She like you. That's what I'm saying. Not too much
like,
on Grandpa Rick.
but I was just trying to get what
It was
where would she have been giving her this advice from what experience?
Oh no, she was just giving it just an observation from the outside looking in.
Okay,
because that's literally what we do in those spaces.
Yeah, that's what we just be talking.
We give our pedestrian opinions for the most part.
Yeah,
but so that's it. Kind of stemmed from that, and then it rubbed Raqi the wrong way. They kind of had a contentious relationship.
That would have rubbed me the wrong way too. Yeah,
for sure. And then it turns over to I guess Grandpa Rick made some tweets or whatever, but those tweets came from Raqi saying some stuff like bringing her up and then discussing her in an unflattering way on one of her spaces.
Oh no, what did Raqi say?
She was just talking about her voice and stuff like that.
Oh.
Just making kind of little comments about her.
Little jabs and stuff.
Pretty much little light jabs and stuff like that.
Yeah, because she already wasn't feeling her.
Yeah, because they already blocked each other and everything.
Oh wow.
So yeah, this is long beef. This is crazy. So they end up going into the whole conversation. They go back and forth with it. It was funny because Grandpa Rick said, I don't want to do this.
I like your name also, Grandpa Rick. It reminds me of
it's from Rick and Morty.
Oh no, I was gonna say Uncle Waffles, the African DJ.
But no, basically it came up because Grandpa Rick the whole time said, I don't want to get y'all niggas the moment. I know this was y'all wanted to see two women go at it. And then unfortunately it turned right into that. But in the midst of,
because that's one thing we gonna do is go at it.
Yeah. In the midst of
unfortunately,
we had this happen.
So that was already alley-oop. I knew what I was going in there for. But second, third, and fourth, had that not been a script.
So let me just explain. That's Raqi talking right here.
Okay.
She's bringing up the fact because Grandpa Rick in one of her tweets were basically saying Ebro called her a side chick in one of the interviews because she was dating Fab or whatever. And she was one of Fab's girlfriends. Mm-hmm. So that's where she's kind of cleaning up and kind of giving more information.
Situation where they have the talking points in advance and he just freestyled that question. Let's back this up. With all the other research that she chose to do on me, why didn't she research when I put all the text messages from Ebro where he's trying to get me to fuck so I can get a radio show on there and I shut his ass down? But we didn't find that either, right? So we're going to take talking points from men who have very ill, disgusting reputations and twist it and weaponize the shit against women. But you're saying you're in here training men how to empower women. Girl.
Wait, Ebro has a
part I
disgusting
don't get.
reputation?
I'm like, are you?
I was gonna ask that same thing, Jameson. I never heard.
With no, you
about
wouldn't hear
Ebro.
with women in the industry.
What do you mean disgusting? Like, what's his rap?
With women who work in the industry. He will shoot his shot and dangle the carrot of a spot on radio.
Yeah.
Ebro was honey dicking?
I'm sorry, what?
Wait. Ebro was honey dicking?
What's that called?
This isn't
Honey
the first
dicking
time
is
that
when
I've
you honey
mentioned
dick, like, yo, I'll give you something, and then
is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
What's up?
Oh,
like I know you want.
I thought it was
radio,
the
woo, woo, woo.
quid pro quo.
And I am not the only person that has been done to.
Wait, so you used to talk to Ebro?
I've never talked to Ebro.
She said she shut him
Ebro and I
down.
was
Don't nobody
cool.
listen?
I invited Ebro onto Love and Hip Hop.
so isn't that what they were just accusing Dream of
She
doing?
invited Ebro onto Love and Hip Hop.
What
sure.
they
Yeah,
do in this
'cause she had
industry, like.
So basically, she had Ebro on. She was on Ebro in the morning during Love and Hip Hop. Like they went to Love It. To his show,
Okay.
And they recorded a scene there.
Okay.
So that's what they were talking about with that. Ebro, you a nasty nigga, dog.
Yeah, that's crazy, Ebro. Come on.
If those allegations, and Raqi said these was old allegations. These allegations are true, bro. You should not be in a position of power that you still are now. Not with Apple. Not with the radio station. Like, that's disgusting that, like, there's niggas out here who still getting this all. Like, you're Ebro Weinstein. And you know why this is really, really disgusting?
This is all alleged also.
No, I said that.
Right?
I said that.
Okay.
But no, I said these allegations are true. The also reason why this is disgusting, too, is because you grandstand about this sexual assault shit on your own platforms. I know folks probably don't remember this, but he had an interview with Kodak Black. When Kodak Black was going through his case, and he brought it up saying, "Oh, well, we want to discuss that because we don't think that's acceptable." And for you to act like this without first, and again, this is how I feel about any nigga in a situation like that. If you have allegations like this and if you've apologized for them, anytime you criticize another man on that shit, you have to bring that up. You should definitely say 100%. Oh, well, and I know this because of my own actions.
Yeah, because of my own creepy ass wrongdoings.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't be doing this. You need to bring that up every time. For the fact that I'm just hearing about this and I be in the media mess it's jarring for me. Because like I said, I was sad about that. Like the space went on after Raqi and everybody left after the heat died down, and I'm sitting there like, y'all a real mature room because nobody here is talking about this Ebro shit. Like, that's the shit I thought we was going to be going crazy on right now. And I was like, I'm disheartened by that because me, when it comes to people in the media, that's one of the first things that I think is important. What's your standing with women, children? Like, what are your standing with things like this?
Yeah.
Because
it's important. It's
important in the fact that you manipulating people, trying to use people to say, oh, I give you a show. And there's a lot of folks who've been doing this. Like, I've been doing my research on a lot of you guys, guys on platforms now. There's a lot of folks making claims about y'all.
A lot of men who have these positions of power end up doing that. Let me ask you a question. This is probably there might be a study that's been done on this, maybe not. Do you think the positions of power make the men do this, or do you think that it's already in them and then they just happen to be in a position of power to be able to exploit people?
I think that to kind of even have that ambition to even get to those positions of power, this is part of you. Like, you're okay with going backstabbing people. You're okay with pressuring people to do things for you that they may not want to do. Like, that's already something that is in you.
So you're saying that the person is already of shaky moral character?
Yeah.
So when you are of shaky moral character, you can do things to get successful easier?
Yeah. You'll do things that'll get successful that will then bleed into other aspects of your life. Like, if I can steal from a producer or a guy who's doing a beat or something like that, I can see a nigga taking advantage of a woman when she's in a vulnerable position. So I definitely can see that. Yeah. Where that all kind of stems from that.
Okay.
And that's why I just think, like,
I feel like I would agree with you on that.
Like, the idea of just wanting to be industry or like operating in the industry politics, you kind of show that you do have a nasty track record on you.
What does that look like for us?
For you and me?
Yeah, because we're like, we talk about it and then like we're going to be in close proximity to, like, when we do get successful at what we want to get into, like, we are technically going to be a part of that industry.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on...
We're going to be critiquing said industry, but still, like, Wendy was industry.
Yeah, I mean,
even though she was talking shit about everybody. She said, everybody could get it.
It's kind of like that episode of Black Mirror where the dude, got pissed off because his girl got pushed into the porn and stuff. And then he, turned into a revolutionary figure. And then they just monetized that. So it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of out of your control.
Yeah.
All you can do is actually do things to resist if that matters to you. So, like, it would have to be incumbent upon us to just make decisions that resist the status quo and help, the more people around us. That would just have to be an active choice we make every day.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna always be easy because it's a system for a reason, and they encapsulate.
Also,
everything.
We're gonna make less money.
Oh, for sure. We would definitely do that.
Love that.
Well, I mean, that's why I feel like but that's where it comes to where we just have to go do opposite means. Like, you just have to kind of do other things. Like, you're not going to basically have a line of, I'm trying to think of, a rapport with a company per se, but you can still sell a product for them. You can still
because we're still going to have a loyal.
Yeah, if you can still do it. No, I mean, like, if you do affiliate marketing and stuff like that, where, like, just say we get the link for these couches and some of these chairs, and somebody wants to buy these chairs, they can click our link, and then we get a portion of the money when they buy the chairs.
Oh my God. Not snake oil salesman. No, I'm kidding.
That's not really snake oil salesman.
Yeah,
that's just like
these are good chairs,
that's
guys.
just like if somebody we did it with your outfits. If we put a link for all your outfits that
no, that's definitely. I'm gonna be when we get to that point. Y'all are gonna have my head to toe in everything that I used on my face. Like I'm gonna do full get ready with me's on lives before we record the show. Y'all are gonna see everything.
Yeah, it just
like we're both fully gonna be our own brands. Everything.
That's where it comes to where it just becomes more work for us on that end. We can either take the big money from a company or we just work our butt off and sell at every aspect that we do, and then we can make our own choices.
Yeah,
and people have to acquiesce to us to a degree.
Yeah,
but
I would prefer it that way in the long run. It's just
back
harder.
to Ebro. You are a nasty man.
Yeah.
If these allegations are true, I feel like if I cut this up, I'm probably gonna at you. I'm gonna at Ebro because we need to clean this up, man. Y'all niggas we need to start putting out all of these videos and clips of men and women making accusations on you figures in media, and y'all need to come clean. Y'all need to wake it up.
It's not looking, and Ebro hasn't really had like negative press or anything.
He's always been looked at as a cornball.
Yeah.
So like for somebody to say that to me and hear this, like it doesn't feel like it's the same person because he does so much grandstanding with that. I didn't think that this would be him, but I mean, Abraham, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? What are you on?
Yeah, if you're gonna act like you're morally superior to everybody else, you have to like be it
or acknowledge your flaws at every turn when you talk about stuff like this.
Then you can't act like you're morally superior because we know that you are not.
Yeah, but you can still do like the chastising stuff. You just got to make sure you humble yourself before you do it. That's all.
You have to, like you said, say it from a point of like, I've been here before. Here's my advice, but you can't be above other people. No.
So let's get into it. We've had 2 situations of domestic violence that's happened in the celebrity circle. Your girl, Kai Jackson, who we've talked about on the show before.
Oh, my God. Sky Jackson.
I said Kai, my bad.
Yeah.
Sky.
I was like, who is Kai?
We got Sky Jackson, and then also we got YG and Saweetie. So
YG and Saweetie had a thing?
Yes. But first, let's talk about Sky.
Yeah, because she was trending #1 on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah, so it was TMZ. Everybody was reporting about it when she got arrested. I read the article. You know, once I see this, I'm getting to it. We got to figure out what's going on. These little girls are out here striking men. So apparently they was having a little, they was out somewhere in public. They had a little altercation. The police get called. They tell the police like, this is my girl. We're engaged. She pregnant. And everything's cool. The police check the footage of the surveillance area. They see her like pushing on this nigga, and they like, nah, mama, you gotta come in for assault. And pretty much, I don't know if you saw the clip or video, and I think it was from that day where they were out. She's like doing some little promo type stuff video, and he throws up like some gang shit in the back, and she gets mad at him, and that's where it looks like it kind of stemmed from. Maybe they was just out and about. Her brain has been tanking as of late.
For a while.
For a while now. It's been going downhill.
Yeah.
The fact that you even with a dude who looks like he's probably one of my cousins. You know what I'm saying? That's how he looks. He looks like he's one of my cousins that got mixed with the Caucasian.
Oh, wow.
So, and he doing all this gang shit. Don't look like he probably bringing in that kind of paper. It just looks bad for her. She looks like she on some Kiki Palmer and Darius. It was Darius, right? That's
yeah.
Which are they back singing together again. She dropped her restraining order. And they out and about again. Like I said, man, it's
toxic.
Yeah, man, a lot of toxicity out here with the couples. But I just think that it's important that we bring this up because while I feel like female violence isn't a real thing, like it's not actually something that
because we're physically inferior.
Yeah, physically inferior, and then also the fact that like, you're just come on, she's a little lady. What's she gonna do?
Yeah,
she's not gonna hurt nobody. But I think that it's important that I read the
even if
words.
She's trying to like fuck him up, like he's
hey, she don't have a weapon.
Okay.
It's not really.
He's
violence.
gonna be okay.
Yeah, if she doesn't have a rock or a weapon, it's not really violence. I don't really look at women attacking men or attacking people as anything unless they have a weapon. So if she was just pushing them, she just wanted to feel like she had some type of control. But Daphne is at it again. So our girl Daphne, the one who woke it up on
Twitter.
The one who woke it up on Brick Lady, who called her out and was exposing her. This is what she said. Keke Palmer got a pass. Megan Thee Stallion got a pass. Sky is now getting a pass. Women don't cancel women who abuse, but the minute you mention Chris Brown, they're ready to drag him. On this page, I will call them out like I do men. Too many females are comfortable with putting their hands on men because society will call them victims still. No matter your size, no matter your hands, keep your hands to yourself. Shout out to the police who viewed the video and arrested her. Too many men are sitting in prison over a lie. Call them out.
Meg put her hands on somebody?
Yeah, they said that she was putting her hands on Tory, and I think there was somebody else they said that she was putting her hands on too.
Like what?
They said she got a little violent. A little handsy.
We have no proof of that. So
I'm just telling you what Daphne said.
Like, no, I'm just saying she's just saying shit.
But we do know with Keke Palmer, they did say that she was getting violent with Buddy. So
do we have proof of that too?
There were some video clips that were showing it.
Okay.
And they were saying that they were just showing us initially the clips of him defending himself, but it was actually more to it, and she was the one in the initiator. I seen that video where they was doing that with Keke Palmer. But no, I just think it's important that I think that other women should address this. As a man, I can't see women violence as a real thing. It's kind of like just like a kid being upset. But I feel like as a woman, y'all should hold y'all own. Like you should be sitting here like Kai or Sky. That's wrong. You should grandstand on her right now.
I'm not going to grandstand on that. I'm not, but you shouldn't put your hands on a man without expecting him to put his hands on you. Like, because you never know what he's going to react. I feel like that's just stupid. You know you're not as strong as this man. You know if he snaps because you hit him, he could like beat you to a bloody pulp. And you know that unless you have a weapon readily available right there, that you cannot fucking protect yourself. So I feel like we need to check our emotions and like not try to actually fight a man, because that's just never a good idea. But like sometimes, you know, you be wanting to smack a nigga, and I get that. I really do. Because men are just like, so like you really be wanting to put your hands on them. And God did this on purpose, making us not as strong, because if we were physical equals to men, I feel like the world would be a completely different place. A completely different place.
I think y'all would still take the L.
If we were physical equals to men, the world would be a completely different place. So
you're trying to say if all women were the Yemeni girl from Algeria, it'd be all right. We'd be able to hold y'all be able to hold y'all own?
Like, yeah.
If y'all had the XY?
Like, if we were literally like, if men and women were always like the same amount of strong.
I don't feel like but I don't think that's going to have the same effect on women. Y'all not going to be the same kind of women. Like, y'all are going to be structurally different.
That's what I'm saying. The world would be a different place.
It would be crazy. If we were sitting here, a man and woman could just fight each other off the top.
You can't even imagine what it would be like.
It would just be like a gay society.
That's what I was literally about to say. I feel like if women had man strength, then the heterosexual relationships might more closely mirror homosexual relationships.
The level of female assault
with
would be crazy.
men and men, not women and women.
No, it's the same thing, because y'all get to. I was literally in a space the other day where they were talking about how if the girl was saying, when I'm dating a woman, I feel more comfortable putting my hands on her if something goes awry than I would if I was dating a man.
Oh, because that's just another woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women are
they see it as not as domestic violence. Like, that's your partner. It's still domestic violence. Yeah. You're just a crazy bitch.
Women don't look at violence on other women from each other as a thing. They look at it as the same. Anytime a woman is initiating violence, if it's on another woman or if it's on a man, they do not look at it like it's a thing. It's just, oh, I did it because you made me do it. It's always that.
I have a mosquito bite on my foot. It's very annoying.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, they'll like that. They'll see you gnawing at your ankle like a mad woman. But then, okay, so let's just talk about the Saweetie young YG thing. So
okay, yeah,
apparently,
I didn't see that.
Apparently they were at home. And there was, ruckus coming from the home. I think neighbors called the police. They showed up. Nobody was arrested. But that nigga YG posted something later on the day or next day, where he posted a lion and then a cheetah at the bottom, basically implying that somebody started because somebody went through somebody's phone. They didn't specify who went through whose phone, but somebody went through somebody's phone, and then he saying it's a cheater.
He's
A
calling
liar
her
and a lion and a cheater.
Did Saweetie cheat on another?
That's what it sounds like.
Oh my God, bitch, just keep cheating on these niggas.
Why be with the niggas if you just gonna get cheat? They still gonna pay for you if you fuck on them. You don't gotta cheat on a nigga.
Yeah, break their hearts.
The thing is this: the nigga who's
break these niggas' hearts.
The nigga who's gonna cuff you,
make them wife you, and break these niggas' hearts. These niggas be doing unnecessary shit too, nigga. Why did you make me feel secure and then do this shit, sweetie? You fucking keep doing that shit, bitch. You go through the whole industry. Do Chris Brown next.
I'm talking. I'm
Don't do Chris Brown next. He might murder you. I take that back.
I'm talking to the men out here. What y'all gotta understand, the women too. The nigga who is cuffing Saweetie, front facing, ain't the nigga you want to be with. And that's just real shit.
What do you mean by that?
The nigga
I need you to break it all the way down.
The nigga who is cuffing Saweetie, who has been I'm exploiting every nigga around me. The nigga who is cuffing that
rich nigga 8 figures, that's my type.
He hates himself. The nigga who wants to be open and front facing with a woman like that hates himself. She's very beautiful.
And she is fine as fuck.
But again, her personality and the things that she discussed and the way that she discussed things shows you as a nigga, you ain't nothing. And I don't understand why, as a man, those kind of women only make you do.
First of all, YG from California, they love them a half Filipino, half whatever the fuck else she is.
I'm talking about her personality and the sentiments she espouses in her media. That I don't understand as a man with any kind of means. Why would you want to be around a lady like that as your girl? I can understand having sex with her and buying her stuff just to appease her. But I'm talking about why would you want this to be next to you when you know she is literally discussing your relationship like it's a long-term tricking. She don't talk about you like an admiration. I never heard be admired by Quavo when they were dating. She just talked about what he could get her and what he would buy her.
We didn't listen to Saweetie's B-side, so
B-roll or
whatever the fuck.
That's why she sold like 9K records.
Yeah, so
nobody listened to that shit.
To be fair, we don't know if she was doing that. She might have had a lovey-dovey song in there.
Again, with YG, nothing about espousing that this man is a good person in any kind of aspect.
She has only dropped one song since they've been together.
Nobody wants. She's been trying to drop more, and they don't want her. Just like Carisha, the label is like, "Yo, you're not growing with your music." That nobody wants to listen to these women after a certain time. Like y'all gotta understand, like this hip hop shit gotta be like old college for women. You go in there to find a nigga that got money that's gonna take care of you, and then
that's
you
the
get
same.
out.
That's the same argument you can have with the men because. That's what they was talking about with like Jay-Z and stuff. That's why everyone was so happy when he did 4 for 4. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, finally like grown man raps."
Yeah, I mean that's
like you do have to mature with your art. That's just the regular thing. No matter what kind of art you're doing, whatever your medium is, as you get older and people are still having their eyes on you, you can't just keep doing the same shit. People are gonna get bored.
But women, for the most part, are children. They don't grow up. So I don't know why you would expect that from a Saweetie or a Carisha. Now there's gonna be some in the mix, like a Nicki Minaj, some exceptions to the rules.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no. I love my mama. She acts 16 for the most part a lot of times, yo. 60-year-old acting 16.
Another stray that Shirley caught.
I was with her today too.
I'm gonna just make a compilation of strays that Shirley has caught on the show.
You threw some strays too.
What do you mean?
You've thrown a stray at Shirley. I don't think that's a bad stray to throw. I think that's good that my mom.
You just called your mom 16 and she raised you.
Because I'm glad that my father was able to create an environment that allowed my mom to remain young. That was smart. That was swag.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Jonathan Majors. Yo, why does Hollywood Unlocked keep having awards? Like this is the second time this nigga did this.
What? He got another Hollywood Unlocked
award?
So
apparently Hollywood Unlocked did another award ceremony or whatever from something. This is whole separate. Cause remember, he went up the first time and did the speech.
Yeah.
Because Ayanna Van Zam had, rewarded him that.
Bro, that didn't even seem real.
And so now, Buddy then went up there crying again, sweating through his suit. So that's how you know he was going through it. As a nigga who sweats, like the sweat through the 3-piece, oh nigga, you was out there bathing in it.
Yeah.
Like your shit was going off the wall with it. And
why did you have a 3-piece suit on? Just at the Hollywood Unlocked, like nigga, you really could have wore like khakis and a button down.
Yo, Jason Lee need to be a director. Because if he can get that kind of emotion out of Jonathan Majors and Megan Good, she was crying too on stage. Yo, that happened twice.
Yo, I need to see this clip because
Yo, that
this
shit
is
was
absolutely
I'll play
insane.
it to you after the show. That shit was dope. Yo, Jonathan Majors might be one of my heroes now, yo. No lie. Like, just to see the way he bounced back from this, that might be that's my guy now, yo. He was already my guy, but that's gonna be my guy for real. I can't wait till he get a movie again.
Yeah. He's been doing a bunch of interviews and out on the streets and stuff. It seems like he's probably going to be back on our screens in no time.
I hope. All right, man, let's get into this Cardi B shit, man. I know we missed last week when it was real hot and steamy with it, but we got to talk about it because I'm upset. I hate to see black families break up, first off. I hate to see this happen.
You should have cheated on him first.
But this is what I don't get.
Publicly.
Okay? This is what I don't like. I don't
With
like
Offset. Is that the one that's alive still? Fuck Offset. That's the one that's your husband. Quavo. You should have fucked Quavo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You got issues. But she's not Sweetie, okay?
You need to be Sweetie.
No, she doesn't. I just don't like the whole
You got 3 kids and now a divorce.
Can we at least set up for the people so they
Go
know
ahead.
what's going on?
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is this. So she just announced her divorce and pregnancy within the same day.
Yeah.
And I feel like this, and I don't mean to be all in your business, Cardi.
That's not even.
And you don't really give a fuck about what I got to say or whatever, but I just don't think I hate when I see that happen here with women and children. Because you knew this nigga was cheating on you the whole time. Mm-hmm. He been cheating on you with every child. Mm-hmm. So now with this third one, they don't deserve to have the daddy in the house just because he cheating when the other 2 did. That's not fair, yo. And then the fact that we've been expecting this music from you and you using this as an opportunity to kind of run away from your art. And women do this with pregnancy a lot because we do this funny thing in society, especially with men. I mean, not men, especially in America, where we say women, oh, we encourage you to get pregnant, but treat you like trash when you're a mom. Like, we literally use pregnancy as a scapegoat. And I'm not lying. Did the blind items did not say this about Cardi? That she was using her pregnancy to get out of her. Yeah,
but she's doing that. But you saying that women
I've seen
women
do that.
Like women can just afford to fucking get pregnant and have another child to avoid whatever the fuck.
I've seen
like you sound crazy as fuck right now.
I've seen it.
Women of a certain caliber probably with a certain amount of money can do that. But like you're not just gonna get pregnant to avoid problems in your fucking life. That's gonna cause more problems in your life. If you have a brain, then you know that. Like
it doesn't look like
you just be saying dumb shit.
No, I can literally bring up a person right now that I'm not.
You know mad dumb bitches, though.
That's what I'm saying. I can bring up a person
like an unusual amount of dumb bitches.
I can bring up actually 2 people that I know that they are related to each other that did this. And that when they get into tough situations or they're expected to perform, they will get pregnant by somebody, and then now everybody will give them the sympathy and the sorrow. Like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're pregnant, you're gonna be a mom. And then as soon as they're the mom, they forget all about them.
Say it, bleep it out.
No, I'm not gonna say it. I'll tell you afterward. After we finish, we done. But no, that's what happened. And to me, I don't mind women getting pregnant because we need more bodies. Like there's never gonna be a stop from that. And especially we need competent women who have good genetics and DNA to produce more.
Yeah, those are not the ones that are getting pregnant to avoid things.
That's my point. We aren't getting those women to have children anymore, and that's messing up the breeding pool. And then when we do have women like a Cardi B doing it, she's doing it to run away from problems. Like that's a crazy use of your body.
Allegedly, there was a blind item that said that she had like a touring meeting and stuff coming up and like a bunch of important things coming up, and then she got pregnant to avoid that. We don't know this, but I feel like it's more realistic in her reality to do that than it is in like any normal woman's reality.
I mean, yeah, it works better when you actually have money, but I know regular everyday women who have used pregnancy as a tool to get out of everyday accountability.
Because you're only getting 3 months paid, and not even paid.
But it's not just that.
You're only getting 3 months leave.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the leave. I'm talking about what they get from their families, how people treat them, posts that they get on social media. They get more engagement during that. Oh my God, you look so beautiful. I'm so happy for you. Like they feed upon that because they never got it in anything else they've never done because nothing they've done has been of merit. So the only thing that they've done, again, what if I say 80% of women, the greatest thing that they're going to do is have a kid. So I can definitely see somebody doubling down, tripling down on that, even when they probably shouldn't. I think that's why a lot of women who probably shouldn't get pregnant keep getting pregnant because it's the only time they actually feel like they are valued and matter to somebody.
Yeah, that might be fair.
And then we can talk about this too, kind of goes into that. So Becky Hammon, she is the coach of the Las Vegas Aces, is a WNBA team. And she has been going through a lawsuit now because a Derica Hamby, who was a player for them, who got traded because she's accusing them of trading her because she got pregnant during the season. They had some issues going on. So apparently, right here, they said during a phone call between Coach Hammond and Derica Hamby on January 15th of last year, Hammond asked her whether she planned her pregnancy. She said Hamby responded, said she did not. Hammond told, I hate that their name's supposed to start with H. Hammond told Hamby that she was not taking proper precautions to not get pregnant. So basically, she was saying she signed her contract and then got pregnant. And basically, she was like, "You're being irresponsible. You're not."
Is that in her contract that she can't get pregnant?
No, but they do want to know beforehand. They can still resign you, but because they didn't know she was pregnant, they didn't resign her under that knowledge. But she said she didn't know either.
So, okay, she wasn't like kicked out for being pregnant. They completed her contract and then didn't.
No, they
renew
signed her contract and then they traded her shortly after her announcement of her being pregnant.
Okay.
So it says right here.
Well, that was definitely because she was pregnant.
So it says during the same call to Coach Hammond questioned Hamby's commitment and dedication to the team, telling her that she was a question mark. Hammond further stated that the Aces needed bodies and that Hamby wouldn't be ready for playing time to start the next season. She did say that she would be. She felt like she was going to be ready to have, after the baby and stuff to be able to play. But they didn't want to believe her. They also said during the call she accused her of signing her contract knowing she was pregnant, a false accusation that Hamby denied. That gets serious. That whole being pregnant and competing and stuff, that gets really serious about that. They also said accused Hamby of not taking her off-season workout seriously through 7 months of pregnancy at a time. Hamby was working on regularly as permitted by her medical doctors, including basketball and doing regular Pilates, calisthenics, and workouts. So this is not something that has only happened with her. I want to say Sky Diggins said she had some issues with one of her old teams. I don't think she was pregnant. She might have just been hurt, but she could have been pregnant too. Where they were denying her access to resources and stuff to be able to train and things like that. This is a serious thing that happens with the WNBA and being pregnant and things like that. And I just think that, to me, I think it's a little bit unfair with them because you don't really, you're not as much in control as people think you are.
No.
But I do think there is a level of accountability and responsibility that they have to have with it.
My thing is, what did they want her to do? What would you, as the WNBA, expect a player to do when she accidentally gets pregnant during the season? Is she gonna?
It wasn't during the season. It was off season.
Even that, is she gonna not have the baby, abort the baby because of the fucking WNBA, so she can get paid a teacher's salary?
A little bit more than that.
What the fuck?
I feel you on that.
You can literally go be a nurse and make more money.
I hope she wins this lawsuit, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I hope she does too.
Because I feel like that is, to me, when you do business with women, you kind of gotta have to take the periods and the pregnancy as that's just a byproduct of doing business with ladies. That's just something you just kind of take.
I just don't.
Why do you get mad at me for having being considerate as fuck?
I just don't like the way you talk.
That's hate.
That's a byproduct of working with the ladies. I don't know. I just have a problem with the way that rolled off your tongue, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but I will.
Don't be mad at my nuanced misogyny. So I was in one of the discords, and they was talking about me, and they was they were comparing me to urban politician, and they said, "Oh, he's not that bad. It's more nuance,
but it's still misogyny." And that's she or he, whoever they were, they put their finger right on it. It'd be nuanced misogyny. It makes you think a little bit, but then you think about it a little bit more, and then after a while you realize that this nigga's still misogynistic.
I'm not. I'm not. Well, you know what's funny too? Grandpa,
it's misogyny. It's manipulative misogyny.
I don't think that.
It makes you feel like it's for your benefit, but it's still based in misogyny.
No, well, maybe. You know what's funny? You know what I was thinking about? Grandpa Rick said I imported you. She did say that in one of the spaces. She implied that I imported you from Haiti.
Not even an accent in sight. Not a lick of an accent in sight.
That was funny to me. All right, we can get into the Olympics. unless you want to wrap up. I think the Olympics kind of.
We can definitely get into Olympics. The only thing I want to get into in the Olympics is the breakdancing Olympics and fucking Ray Gunn. Dance.
That's a fly name.
Her name is like Rachel Gunn.
Did you see the video about her?
I've seen a lot of things about her, but let me get into it because this is something that I've been talking about in my workplace all day. And it's been something that I've been watching so many videos of that like every other video on my TikTok algorithm is about this lady and the bullshit that she pulled at the Olympics. So
she had a seizure at the Olympics.
She has a seizure.
It's like she had a seizure.
Oh, yeah,
when she was performing.
So if you guys are unaware, the Olympics for the first time ever had breakdancing as one of the sports. There was a lady from Australia who competed. She has a PhD in cultural movements. Right? I didn't even know that sounds like a PhD you can only get in Australia. So she gets this PhD. The Olympics are happening. The like Olympic board reaches out to her because she has this like Australian breakdancers organization, right? So they reach out to her to like hold a thing. She puts herself in it. She puts herself in the qualifier. She's one of the contestants. Out of like, I think there's like 15 or 16 other contestants. Her husband happens to be part of the board. So she made this group, this breakdancing organization, and her husband is one of the judges for the qualifier. You can very easily go find pictures of said qualifier. She was actually not as bad. She was bad in the qualifier too, but she wasn't as bad as she was in the Olympics. And there was at least one other woman who was like leaps and bounds ahead of her as far as like talent goes. But so the conspiracy, not the conspiracy, what we have now learned.
Yeah, it's what people pretty much have been reporting.
Yeah, is that she set this whole thing up. Her husband voted for her. He became the coach for the Australian breakdancer for the Olympics. And she is now an Olympic athlete, technically.
Yeah, it's on her resume now.
Yeah.
She can put that on there.
She got 0 points.
It was bad.
Across the board.
Like that roll she tried to do. Yeah, the little bunny hop, but the roll when she got on the ground.
And she did a...
Yeah, like, and then she doing it into the fetal position. That was nasty.
Like what?
Like she really just shitted on everything
And
black.
then she was on the ground and she did a... Like I watched it so many times.
It felt like racism.
It literally felt like she went up there and she was like, ha ha, I'm going to do this nigger dance.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. It was disgusting.
Yeah,
it was the worst part of the Olympics.
Wherever you got your PhD in cultural movements from, they need to take it away.
They should.
They literally, like, you know how colleges give out honorary degrees? They need to honorarily take her shit back.
Yeah, they need to get rid of it.
Revoke her degree.
Take it right off her resume.
Yeah, because that's not okay at all. Japan won.
While that was probably one of the worst parts of the Olympics, I think we need to also acknowledge some of the best parts as well.
The track and field face cards?
No, the Paralympics.
Oh, okay. Because, hold on real quick. The face cards of the girls on those track and field events, the runners from Jamaica, St. Lucia, all of the African countries, you bitches are fine. Like, fine. I was just taken aback. But continue.
No, track girls are the best girls to cheat on.
Track.
What? They are. Because they're busy. They always running.
I was going to agree until you said what you just said.
They are. They're always busy. So you don't have to worry about that. You can literally have another girlfriend.
I thought you were going to say track girls are the baddest, like out of all the sports girlies. And in my high school, they were.
Yeah, I'm not saying they not.
The track girls were fine as fuck. There was a set of twins on a track team. Fine. Yeah, and they still fine to this day.
Yeah, I know a lot of attractive girls that was on the track teams. I used to date track girls and stuff too. I'm just saying they were just the best girls to cheat on because they were by themselves for the most part when they were training and rec. So it wasn't like you had to worry about other girls in their ear saying stuff like that. They was always off. They trained a lot, so they always were busy. You know,
that's
holidays.
Not true. As far as practice,
I'm talking about from my experience.
They practice with their teammates.
I mean, yeah, I'm talking about just like individual workouts and things like that. The sport of itself is still an individual minded sport. So even when you're working out,
unless you're doing like the
the baton stuff, the running is still for the most part. You is just that connection. But they are. It's just they're just the best chicks to have another girl with. Like it just works perfect. They don't even know. I ever tell you about the time when I had dated a girl on a track team, and then like years later I dated another girl on the same track team?
Yeah, you told me about that.
That's
multiple
crazy,
times.
right?
We don't need to hear about that story again.
All right, but
what I wanted to say is track girls got the big high sports booties.
Yeah,
I like y'all butts a lot. I think track butts and volleyball butts are the best sports butts.
Best sports butts.
Like if we had to rate sports, can we rate sports butts really quick?
I think we should do it on another episode.
Okay,
so we
next episode we gonna rate like women's sports butts.
We're gonna go.
I think track is gonna be like track or volleyball is gonna be up top.
Well, it's necessary because of the type of work that you actually do in the sport.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say the Paralympics is the best part of the Olympics. Like those.
It's coming up.
Huh?
It's coming up.
I think it's already started.
It already started. I have
I've seen videos of it.
My college friend's fiance or girlfriend, I'm not 100% sure. But it's in the Paralympics. She's a track star in the Paralympics. Yeah, she got
the paper clips.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna call it Tink Tink.
That's crazy. But I wanted to say that because like if you ever just want to get inspired, type in like the swimming for the Paralympics.
For like the people with like cerebral palsy and stuff, as soon as they get in that water, they get so smooth.
Talking about the folks with no arms. Them folks be swimming like fish. Like going crazy in the water. Yes. Bobbing and weaving through the water. It's crazy. Like it's nuts.
It's
impressive.
I feel like I would get more emotional watching the Paralympics than the regular Olympics.
Oh, 100%.
Because, I cry when I watch anything.
Yeah.
Anything that has slight, like, perseverance, somebody who's motivated, like, somebody who's emotional, I'm crying.
Like the bodybuilders, they be getting it up to, like, going crazy.
I saw a swimmer, and I don't know what, I think it was cerebral palsy, because they were, like, shaky. And then as soon as she got in that water,
Shamu.
it was whoosh, whoosh,
couldn't
smooth,
stop her.
Smooth. I was like, this bitch belong in the water for real.
Word.
That's where she lives.
Like basically, like when we were doing the evolving, and she just stopped right there at that part where she was still like an amphibian. My bad.
It was really a beautiful moment we were having, and then you really just had to shit all over it.
Can we just acknowledge the most petty people in the world are the handicapped people who play table tennis? Watch that. They will purposely hit the ball where they know the nigga can't move because he's seated the whole time, right? But it's still a standard table tennis board. They will hit this motherfucker up in the high corner, and that nigga can't move up there.
Well, that's part of being an athlete.
That shit, but he can't move. He can't be athletic.
Because that's what the two-legged table tennis niggas do.
But he can get there. The two-leg nigga can get there.
Sometimes they can't, though. That's the thing.
Nigga in chair ain't getting there.
Nigga in chair ain't getting there.
That's real shit. The nigga in the chair not
You heard it
getting
here
to that.
first. On Talk FNF.
And it's so
just
petty.
Eloquent.
It's so petty the way, like, it'll start, nigga will serve it, other nigga just do a little light tap, and then that motherfucker is at the end of the damn net, and he just can't reach that motherfucker. He just swiping. I'm feeling bad for bro.
I don't think you should have did that.
My bad.
Physically.
That's what he looked like.
I think you should cut that out.
Why? That was good shit right there. That's what he looked like.
I don't want us to be ableist.
I'm not being ableist. We're discussing sports.
I just don't like how that looked when you did that. Maybe it's me.
We are discussing these people in the right context that they should be discussed, like athletes.
They're amazing. Yeah, they are amazing. And y'all are still more athletic than me with all of my limbs 100%. And no disabilities whatsoever.
100%. And I love watching the handicap basketball. Them niggas is like football out there.
Yeah, how y'all running? I used to living in New York, like whatever public transportation, like if I see it coming, if I even have to do a light jog for it, I'm late that day. I'm not fucking doing it, bro. Like I have zero motivation to even get to places on time. So imagine if I had a disability of any sort, I would be on my 600-pound life.
My thing is like, I don't have such a good respect for people who live life with a disability because I know I wouldn't be able to do it.
No.
I'd have been my 13th reason.
That's how this has nothing to do with it. I don't want to equate this to disabilities, but if I was fat, If I was
let's get ready to wrap the show up, yo. Like, that's crazy, young. Let's get ready to wrap the show up.
I'm just gonna say this. I know for a fact that if I was fat, I would probably just stay fat.
That was a good way to clean that up.
Because I have no motivation to fucking lose weight. Like, if it wasn't for the fast metabolism that I got from my father, holding on strong, fucking almost 60, still a skinny legend. Like, love that for me.
All right, man. Before we wrap it up, I just want to say shout out to Tom Brady. His wife was trying to get half of the properties, but found out it's in my mama name.
God damn.
Shout out to the GOAT, nigga. You not finna cheat on me with the fucking kickboxer and think you about to get half of a damn thing, bitch.
I hope you get as much as you can get Giselle. That's her name, Giselle?
Fuck Giselle.
Giselle, I'm going to leave her with something. That's the energy I need you to have.
It ain't going to be these properties.
I need you to, because you remember when he was like, oh, she does that brujeria, and she be like, you need to do the brujeria in the other direction.
Nope.
Okay?
Nope. Ain't no brew nothing.
You need to go see that lady.
It's that goat. It's that goat
Okay,
talk.
Giselle, go see the lady. And that's all I got to say.
That's that goat talk. That's, man, I just love when I hear about stuff like when
bring
men do
the
stuff
goat
like that.
head to the lady.
I love when I hear Mindy.
This is a good show.
Yeah, that was a good show.
It was short because I didn't even finish my drink.
No, that's because we didn't stop as much as we normally do.
Oh, we didn't take that long ass break in the middle that we usually do.
We just did that one little break, so that's probably why. But we got everything we needed for the most part.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Scarlett and her boyfriend, but I felt like we were just gonna be mean to her anyway, so it's not our place to say he was right. All right.
I'm gonna stop calling women ugly on this show. We need to take that.
Not.
We need to take that that other clip down eventually.
No, we're letting that ride forever.
No, we need to take that down.
We're letting that ride forever.
I'm gonna take it down.
It's at 300K.
Okay.
So we gotta let it ride. We apologize on the next episode. What we did our due diligence.
It's at 300K.
Yes.
Not on YouTube.
No, you're talking about which one are you talking about? I'm talking about the clip on TikTok.
No, I'm talking about me. When we were talking about see the thing is, and I was calling all the light skinned girls ugly.
Oh well, you was in a spot. You was in Shawty's spot.
It don't matter.
With no fear.
No, none of
You was
them.
all in her space after
Listen,
calling her an ugly broad.
I don't operate in fear.
So
like that's his problem with me on a consistent basis. But I just don't want that to be my brand. I don't want us to blow up and then people go back and be like, look at her dragging women.
So you did it good.
It was funny.
The funny part about it is the whole time I had a whole good conversation set up and you just wanted to shit on them the whole time.
I drank a little bit too much that episode. I did.
That is how that's what I say, bro. We don't care where we go. We don't care where our ops are at. That's why I played that Drake song, girl.
No, man's on an ops block, but I don't see no ops. You can suck a fucking dick, Queen Slip.
Life is a labor of love, so let's continue to build these moments together. And remember, your job is not your family. And the only thing you should be exploiting is these corporations. Thank you for listening to Talk FNF TV. My lovely co-host, let them know.
Follow us on all of the social media at talk.fnf.tv on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe, like. Thank you so much for watching. And leave a comment or two. Interact with us. We love y'all. Bye.
You did.